Trump makes a major announcement, and so does the Vatican. Shocker, it's not who you think. This is just another day. After just 2 days of conclavening, getting their conclave on, this morning the Vatican had some major news to break.
And I think we see it. Sorry.
There we go. That certainly looks like smoke, and white smoke.
Is that white?
It looks as if it is, Dana. It is clearly white.
Wow, went from black smoke to white smoke. Even the Vatican can't escape being hit by Trump's DEI policies. It's been just over 3 weeks since our Vice President Grim Reapered the widely revered Pope Francis, but the College of Cardinals wasted no time naming his replacement.
Cardinal Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, is an American, currently Cardinal from Chicago, and is now the first American Pope in history.
That's right. Apparently even our new Pope was lobbying hard to get the fuck out of America. But it's an amazing thing. The first American Pope, and from Chicago. Big day for the, oh, let me just scooch past you crowd. But sadly for America's right-wingers, as it turns out, Pope Leo XIV isn't exactly part of the MAGA movement. In February, after J.D. Vance started citing medieval-era Catholic teachings to justify the United States' harsh new immigration policy, Pope Leo tweeted the incredibly vague, "J.D. Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for the other." Yikes. If J.D. Vance wasn't already angling to kill the Pope before, we definitely want to keep him away now. And as it turns out, the new Pope's anti-Trump bend has been apparent for a minute. Way back in 2015, 10 years ago, he tweeted a Washington Post op-ed written by Cardinal Dolan entitled, "Why Donald Trump's Anti-Immigrant Rhetoric is So Problematic." Damn, talk about a deep diss from Chicago. But in terms of major announcements people were waiting for today, Trump was not about to be upstaged by anyone, and certainly not some woke Pope.
President Trump announcing what he calls a major trade deal between the United States and the United Kingdom. This would be the first deal that he has actually locked in.
That's right. While the Pope may have sucked most of the oxygen out of the room today, and that is the best case scenario when you hear the words suck and Pope in the same sentence, Trump made headlines as well. Since coming into office, this president has been shouting from the rooftops about how our country is getting screwed over by our trade deficits with other countries, something that he's claimed is evidence of us getting ripped off. But no more. So let's see how deep this trade deficit was for this big announcement and how Donald J. Trump rescued us.
His first deal is with the UK, where we have a $12 to $14 billion trade surplus.
Well, wait, what? A trade surplus? Wasn't the whole point of this charade that we go after the countries that are ripping us off by running trade deficits with us? And yet Trump's first major deal post-Liberation Day is with the UK, a country where we have a $12 to $14 billion trade surplus? In other words, this deal has a bit of an asterisk next to it. And if we're being real, even Trump's demeanor makes that pretty clear.
It's a very big deal right now, but I think it is going to grow just of its own volition. It's going to grow, and over time there'll be changes made, there'll be adjustments made because we're flexible. We'll see things that we can do even better, but it's very conclusive.
I guess word salad was on the menu. So Trump is announcing a major deal, but it's not exactly a done deal?
We started at 10% and we ended at 10%, and the market for America is better, and this is a perfect example of why Donald Trump produced Liberation Day. People don't understand. He gets things done.
He gets what done? We started at 10% and ended at 10%. Trump could have gotten the exact same amount done by doing nothing. I don't want to get stuck on semantics here, but when the end is the same as the beginning, you didn't actually go anywhere. The supposed leader of the free world just became the boy who cried deal.
By the way, I want to make this clear. While Jameson and I worked hard, this was the president's deal. And people think, oh, that's not the way it works. If you got to sit next to him, I have the best deal maker to my left. And if you don't think that we take advantage of him calling the prime minister and getting that deal done, you don't understand who's the president of the United States. So he's the closer. He gets deals done that we could never get done.
Oh, good God. I remember when Republicans impeached Bill Clinton over a blowjob. Now they are giving them to Trump on camera. One of the specifics that we did learn about this deal is that UK luxury car makers like Rolls-Royce and Bentley will be getting a reprieve from Trump's tariffs, which is awesome news for everyday American families just hoping to catch a break. Fingers crossed those docking fees for yachts and the ticket prices on Virgin Galactic's trip to outer space are next. And while Trump is giving relief to one car manufacturer, he's decided to double down on another.
Mattel, I don't know, I'm not so sure. They also said, they're the only country I've heard, they said, well, we're going to go counter. We're going to try going someplace else. That's okay. Let him go, and we'll put 100% tariff on his toys, and he won't sell one toy in the United States, and that's their biggest market.
Wait, first it was toy dolls, now it's toy cars? He's not just waging a war on Christmas, which, by the way, I seem to remember being a point of concern for the right. This dude is days away from just saying fuck it and launching airstrikes on Santa's workshop. But deal or non-deal aside, this was a momentous occasion between our two countries, and one that the UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer would never miss.
I'd like to introduce him now to say a few words. Mr. Prime Minister, please take it away.
Thank you, Mr. President, Donald, and this is a really fantastic, historic day in which we can announce this deal between our two great countries.
Speakerphone? You know it's an important call when Keir Starmer dedicates a whole 5 minutes to hit mute on the other call he was having to make this profound announcement. Look, Trump and his administration can make this out to be as big of a win as they want, but they're not fooling anyone.
I mean, it sounds like this is a marginal deal.
It's a very small win, and it's limited in scope.
This sounds like small potatoes to you. That's because these aren't potatoes. These are tiny little peas.
I think we might have solved a problem we didn't have.
Forget promises made, promises kept. I think solving a problem we didn't have is much more fitting. But where most see today's event as a non-story, those inside of Trump's cult see bold action.
Okay. We are changing the world here in terms of international trade, and Donald Trump is doing that. That's going to be his legacy.
Yeah, not so much. His legacy is going to be repackaging the same ideas over and over again and touting them as wins. In 2020, he claimed victory for destroying NAFTA and replacing it with the USMCA, which is essentially the same thing. He loves claiming our country is saving $5 billion a day by not trading with China, but that's only because he made it impossible to do business with our largest trading partner. And he brags about Doge's money-saving success, even though they're claiming victory for killing things that were already dead. This is like some guy slapping his name on a bunch of products that already exist and pretending he did something. Oh, you know what? Now it makes sense. But even if Trump was marketing this nothing burger as one of the greatest specials on the government's menu, at least we can rest easy knowing that over on Capitol Hill, they're doing the work of the people.
Breaking news on Capitol Hill, the House has just passed a bill to officially rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Cool. Yeah, not to undermine the electoral process or anything, but maybe it's time we get some cardinals in there to choose a brand new Congress. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.